Thank you, Madam Chair. This opportunity to highlight the NGO perspective on HIV in Latin America and the Caribbean to this, the 26th meeting of the PCB, is indeed a welcome one, for which I'd like to thank you. It is indeed instructive that we should speak immediately after our colleague, delegate from Sub-Saharan Africa, because one part of the region I represent, the Caribbean, ranks next to Sub-Saharan Africa in infection rates in the world. The other part, Latin America, has other similarities, such as the inequities of poverty and social exclusion that complicate the lives of our residents with HIV on a daily basis. Like many of my colleagues, we celebrate the strides made over the years. The availability of and access to antiretroviral treatment in the region is laudable and has greatly enhanced the lives of thousands of persons living with HIV in the region. The prevention of mother-to-child infection has significantly increased, and in many of our countries is at a success story record high. In some of our countries, adjustments have been made to the legal framework to make it more supportive of efforts to curb the disease. Civil society organizations, for example, continue to emerge and form themselves into strident advocates for our own rights, committed to lobbying for better conditions for ourselves. National and regional networks of transgender sex workers and men who have sex with men are now a part of the Latin American and Caribbean landscape. Civil society representation in processes such as the country coordinating mechanism, regional and national planning bodies, the UNGAS reporting system has significantly increased. But we continue to be concerned about the drivers of the epidemic in the region, and therefore cannot and will not become complacent. The insidious feature of stigma and discrimination continues to raise its ugly and unwelcomed head in the region, and therefore places a disproportionate burden on the shoulders of vulnerable populations such as women and girls, persons who are transgender, gay, bisexual, lesbian, and sex workers. This stigma and the related acts of discrimination knows no boundaries and manifests in all spheres of life, including services such as public health, the legal services, and in places in families and in our communities. In many instances, members of these groups are not able to access relevant care and support. In other instances, there is not information specific to their populations to prevent them from infection. Please remember, Madam Chair, that the region boasts a high percentage of the countries in the world that criminalize homosexuality, and also a high number of those countries that criminalize sex work. Therefore, the lack of a supportive legal framework has served to undermine an effective HIV intervention strategy, and in many instances almost seems to give institutionalized support to the rape of and abuse of members of these populations, which has actually resulted in the death of many in the region. Madam Chair, it is clear that until we tackle these matters head-on, the epidemic will continue to elude us in the region. I thank you.